Let's go. A big W for this Phillies team as they win 5-1 against the Marlins. They take game 1 in a walk-off fashion. Boom, game 2 tonight. And you have Vince Velasquez on the mound, who I thought pitched an outstanding game. He had a wonderful performance, not only just on the mound, he did great at the plate as well to start this team up offensively as he hits a double to get this team going, and that ends up actually scoring to take a 1-0 lead early on in this ball game. And I do think that Gabe Kapler decided to take him out early. Now, I understand at this point in the season, listen, it doesn't surprise me when he does moves like that. I have to understand that that's the way he manages the game, and we are in the spot that we are because he manages the game that way. I disagree with taking Vince out there. I do. I think he pitched an insanely wonderful game that he deserved to stay in there after 6 1/3. He had 7 strikeouts. He did well. It was interesting because right after we yank him, we put in Loop, a guy we just got the trade deadline. 2 pitches later, after letting a man on, yanked instantly. And Arano had to get us out of a 7th inning jam, which he does a fantastic job at doing. He ends up getting some crucial outs there at the end. So it was 1-0 after the bottom of the 3rd as Rhys Hoskins ends up getting that RBI to give a 1-0 lead when Vince Velasquez scored. Now, speaking of Rhys Hoskins, he is batting .377 with 15 extra base hits and 15 RBIs in the last 13 games. This team struggles offensively. We all know that. Think about those numbers. Think about those numbers. Without Rhys Hoskins, where the hell would this Philadelphia Phillies team be offensively in the last few games? Last 13, as the stats say. So in the bottom of the 7th, we get an insurance run because of a pass ball. Cesar Hernandez, after a walk, ends up scoring for a 2-0 lead. That was huge. The insurance run was huge there because in the top of the 8th, they end up cracking back. Now, I said Arano got us out of a 7th inning jam. In the 8th inning, we put out Pat Neshek, and things got a little bit ugly. They end up scoring a run. We put in Seranthony Dominguez, who gets us out of an 8th inning jam. Huge out there at the end. Seranthony just literally destroying it with that fastball. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. He ends up coming up huge there. So, in our bottom of the 8th, the Marlins just fell apart. I mean, errors after errors after errors. Maikel Franco gets a board. Jorge Alfaro gets some RBIs because of an error. Roman Quinn gets a double. And they could have got him out at second, but there was a misplayed ball there. Marlins were just falling apart in the 8th inning, where we end up getting some big-time insurance runs, 5-1. We actually have Seranthony Dominguez come off the bat in that 8th inning with men on first and second. He lost his bat on the swing and everything. It was actually hilarious. But then the 9th, Seranthony does his thing. Roman Quinn makes a beautiful play out in the outfield where he dives, makes a great catch. But one thing I did forget to mention about Maikel Franco, he made an insane play at third base. Insane diving play on his butt. Makes an amazing throw to get him out at first base. And this guy has just transformed into something in front of our eyes. We're used to seeing a hot Maikel Franco, a cold Maikel Franco. Back to hot for a week, cold Maikel Franco. This has been an insane journey of a legitimate period of time where Maikel Franco actually has showed us something. And it's crazy. The dude is playing on both sides of the diamond. He's really offensive right now and playing wonderful. And the defensive part of the game is something I've never seen before out of him. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, looking at the way that it played out for our division today, the Nats did not play. The game was postponed. The Atlanta Braves end up getting a W against the Mets. They win 2-1. So still a half game up. It's great we're getting the wins. But they're the teams that we need to lose are winning as well. So we got to keep our foot on the gas pedal. We got to find a way to win again against the Marlins. We got to find a way. Listen, it was a great win. Rhys Hoskins got interviewed after the game. He said, as ugly as it was a W. I thought they were uglier. Hell, I thought last night was honestly uglier. We found a way to win in the last inning. We came out. Vince Velasquez had a outstanding performance on the mound, and that's where it begins. And he is starting to He's starting to be a little steady. He's starting to find his way. He could have went a lot longer than 6 1/3. I don't know why that bothers me so much. It kind of does, though. He's a player who was criticized a lot about how he can't go deep. How he's got good stuff, but he can't go deep. The way he's been pitching, my man could go deep. He could throw 7. I guess Gabe Kapler really just wanted to give Loop an opportunity because of, what he brings to the table, why we brought him in, when we would be using him. It clearly didn't work with the 2 pitches. It was a little bit funky, but it is what it is. Jorge Alfaro tonight was getting beat up behind the plate. He's always getting beat up, it seems. Seriously, foul balls, tips, always hitting them. He's just getting destroyed back there, which scares me because that means Andrew Knapp might be in the lineup soon. Speaking of Jorge, though, listen, crucial times this game. There was one where we gunned out a runner at second, and I really do believe, I was sitting there thinking, okay, you know what, that's a situation where if Andrew Knapp was in the ballgame and he gets on second, and the score is only 1-0 right now, they have a chance in that game to move him along and score him, rather than having Jorge back there, who you have no chance. I mean, we gun him out, and there you go, there's no threat anymore. But with a guy like Andrew Knapp back there, those are the situations where having a guy like Jorge is an insane difference. And that's what I noticed out of that. That's when there is a big-time difference. When Jorge can get that guy out at second because his arm is unbelievable. And I love it. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.